Do you think it's intentional, like planned out, or do you think that there is an ideology that gets accepted and then that ideology, it's like a forest fire. It feeds off new fuel, so it has to expand its boundaries?
I think it's probably a combination of both.
So if it is intentional, whose intention is it to spread this?
People who, I mean, it's the very same people who are doing it now, I think, over time, trying to see how far they can push, the sexualization of our kids in our society. I don't know exactly who the person is or the group is or whatever, but we can't have gotten to this place by accident.
Why not?
Because it's happened so methodically and so quickly over
right.
time.
But if it's a mind virus, what I think it is, and I think that these ideological perspectives that are not grounded in reality get accepted by people, and then they promote it. These people are promoting it without any conversation with some cabal of evil leaders. Right. It's clear there's a mechanism in play. Yeah. And that mechanism is very easy to follow. You could see where it starts in universities. You could also see that in these universities, these people that are promoting these things and teaching children also grew up in the university system themselves, and most of them don't have any real-world experience. They have experience going from being in a university to teaching in a university and then promoting these ideologies that are preposterous to the rest of the world as if they're smarter than the rest of the world, and then that keeps spreading. It needs more fuel, so it keeps moving further and further to the left and further and further into crazy land. But I don't think... I think just by observing that, just by observing the fact that these people that are promoting these things, they're not being paid to do it. They're stuck in this mind virus. Yeah. And this woke mind virus, this ideological mind virus, is trackable. Yeah. You could see it, and you could see how it infects people. I've seen it infect people. You know, I had this guy on the podcast. His name's Adam Conover. And he has a show, Adam Questions Everything, or Adam Ruins Everything. I don't know if you've ever seen it. We got into the subject of trans people in sports. And, and his position was the most far left, far woke. I just think it would be great to be inclusive and this and that. I go, well, why do women have a specific category? Why can't men compete against women? Right. And then that's like that's where the record skips. Right. Because obviously there's differences, right? So what are the differences between a trans woman and a biological woman? Right. They're pretty fucking significant. Huge. They're huge. And if you want to actually study science, if you have the science of that, it's trackable. Like, you could see it. Right. But when it comes to the mind virus, people don't ever want to accept that reality. They want to go inclusivity. They say the words. Yeah. They just say these words you're supposed to say, or you get attacked. Exactly. And they're terrified of being attacked.
Exactly. And these are people who, as you said, they're not connected to reality. Don't have any kind of personal experience. I think I was shocked when I saw Megan Rapinoe basically say, I don't know what her statement was, but basically it was like, there's no real difference. Like, okay, well, you already won your Olympic gold. Exactly. Got it. So are you saying that you could have gone and won that gold competing against men on the soccer field?
I have a friend who's a gay guy who's a power lifter, and he was upset that people were upset that trans women want to compete as women. And I was like, dude, out of all the fucking people, you're a giant-ass power lifter, dude. Out of all the giant people that know there's a difference between biological males and females, it should be you. But in that LBGT, whatever the other extra words are,
there's a lot more now.
There's like a plus in there. What's the plus?
It's like I think it's like the equivalent of etc. It's like who have what is it?
Else?
It's like LGBTQIA, and don't ask me what they all stand for because I don't really know. And then it's the plus at the end.
What could the I be?
Intersex? Is it intersex? Yeah.
Is it?
What's the A?
Asexual.
Okay.
Well, you don't even have a fucking dog in the game.
I'm actually guessing. I don't know. It could be something else. I don't
But if you're asexual, stay the fuck out of it. How is asexual lumped in there with gay men?
That's a very
because
good
gay men are the most non-asexual
Right.
people alive.
Right.
All they're doing is having sex. Like the fact that
If
the
you're asexual,
asexuals,
you're like, hey, I'm not even in this conversation, man. Leave me out of it. Is it asexual?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh,
the
God.
fact that gay men get lumped in with lesbians is
Right.
like lesbians and gay
Yeah.
men don't necessarily get along that
No.
well because of that reason. Gay men are
No.
pretty fucking sexual.
Yeah.
And then you get down to asexual, and then it's in the same
Right.
group.
And gay and lesbian friends of mine don't get on with the whole like trans activism part either. I mean, this is not one, what do you call it, like monolithic group.
Well, they have to publicly support that because of that whole group, this whole lumping in of everyone together. That's why a lot of gay and lesbians support that. But if a lot of them, if you talk to them, specifically in my conversations with lesbian women, that lesbians have a real hard time with trans women entering into what is, in their mind, feminist spaces.
Sure.
And then running things.
Yeah.
And running things like a man. And running things with threats and with aggression and insults and treating people the way biological men tend to treat people when they're behaving at their worst.
Right.
And that's a real giant issue because if you're a woman and you're a feminist, you're supposed to be ideologically left, maybe even like far left in some of their eyes. And now all of a sudden you get lumped in with something you completely disagree with.
Yeah.